Guys, welcome back to the channel. Meet Praneeth. First of all, thank you so much for watching all the videos, providing your feedback, putting the likes, putting the comments, and sharing it with other people. That really helps me, motivates me to make more and more videos and put out more and more information to help all of you who are watching. I know a lot of people messaged me on LinkedIn and on the channel's email and Instagram. And I'm really sorry I was not able to respond really quickly to your messages and emails. And the reason is that I'm down with cold and I'm trying to get back on my strength and everyday chores. So I'm really sorry if I'm delayed in responding. I'll make sure that I'll get back to you in the coming week. And probably we can also have a call and make sure that I have answered all your questions and help you with all the things that you need to get started on the EB1 path. Now, another thing that is very important is the channel is growing. We are pretty close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not sure if this video is out, we already reached that landmark or not. But if not, we are very close. And you are the only people who can help me and cross that mark and reach more and more people and spread this information that I want to spread, the knowledge that I want to spread with everyone. Now with that, let's start today's video. In today's video, I'm going to discuss 3 important documents or categories of documents which help you stay in the United States and work in the United States or travel in and out of the United States. So the first one I'm going to talk about is H1-B visa. Now, I'm not sure if you have already seen the video, but I made one video on H1-B explaining the types of H1-B visas and how H1-B helps you work in the country. Now, H1-B visa is a non-immigrant visa that allows you to work for a particular employer who has filed your H1-B and do all the duties of the jobs while staying in the United States. And you can also travel in and out of the country as many times you want on your H1-B. Now, H1-B only has 6 years. So after you complete your 6 years, you need to have an approved I-140 to continue the extension. And then it can be extended till the time you get your green card. Now, the other thing that H1-B offers is you can also transfer H1-Bs from one employer to the other. And that way you can keep progressing in your job, in your professional career by switching employers or by changing employers, or even working with the same employer and getting professional acceptance and getting more and more promotions. Now let's talk about EAD. So EAD is an employment authorization document, and here the EAD I'm going to talk about is the EAD that you get while applying for adjustment of status or I-485 form when you file for your green card. Now EAD is a very important document. Let's take a situation. Let's say you are on your 5th year of H1-B when you started when your AOS started, or let's say you are tired of being on H1-B, right? And you're tired of being not able to change jobs frequently because of the I-140 that's being filed by one particular employer. Now EAD helps you change jobs, work in the country, start a business, whatever you want to do, you can do with the EAD. Now EAD is given while you file for your form 485, and EAD form is called I-765. So when you send your documents to USCIS, you send in 3 documents. First is I-485, which is adjustment of status. The second is I-765, which is employment authorization document, and the third is I-131, which is advance parole. Now the 765, it's generally awarded very quickly, probably in 3 months. Now, as we know that green card processing can take at least 5 to 6 months or 7 months or maybe more. But EAD generally, we are seeing that these days it's coming really quickly. Most general trend shows that within 100 days you're getting your EADs. Now that is helpful because let's say if your H1-B is about to expire, you can take your EAD and start working, continue to start working, open a business along with it, or just switch employers. The one that I want to talk about is Advance Parole, which is also known as Form I-131. Now, when you file your 485, as I said, you file 2 more forms, 765 and I-131. 765 lets you work in the country for as long as you have the EAD card, and I-131 lets you go out and in and out of the country while you are on your EAD or while your adjustment of status application is pending. Now, some lawyers and attorneys say that you should not travel a lot on your I-131, specifically out of the country. And the reason is that it's just a document which says that you have an advance parole and you have that parole to get back to the country, but it's not a definite visa. It's not a green card, right? So the CBP officer, which is Center for Border Patrol, can stop you and might tell you that, well, oh, this is not a visa. We might not give you the entry to United States. So you'll have to go back to your home country. So be sure to talk to your attorney before you leave the country. I think a lot of people travel on I-131 or advance parole. So I think it's not a big problem, but make sure that you have all the grounds covered, all the questions answered, and then you make the move. But I think one thing that I've heard and I have seen some people talk about is when you travel on AP to your home country and back to the United States, that generally is not a problem. But if you travel to tourist destinations, that might be a problem. But again, this is what I'm saying based on what I have heard and seen. But again, talk to the immigration attorney, make sure you have all your questions answered, and then take the move. Now the question comes, so there are two scenarios that I want to talk about. The first scenario is, let's say when you file your AOS or adjustment of status, I-485 along with 765 and 131, you still had 2 years of H1-B with you, right? And let's say your I-765 or EAD and your I-131 comes in. Should you switch to EAD or should you continue on H1-B? It's a very interesting situation. See, H1-B allows you to travel in and out of the country or anywhere in the world without any problems. And we have known that. A lot of people do that. Like if you have a valid H1-B stamped on your passport, you will be allowed into the country if everything with your job and with your H1-B is right and there is no wrong information there. However, on I-131, as I mentioned, there could be some problems. So a lot of people, what they do is they don't switch their status to EAD. They continue working on H1-B with the fact that, yeah, you have restrictions on working with a certain employer you're working with and you cannot start your own business and stuff. But they think that, well, in some time you'll have your green card, which will allow you to do all the things that you want and rightfully remain in the country as well. So it's up to you. I generally prefer to stay on H1-B because that way you have you can travel in and out of the country with a peace of mind. Let's say there is some situation which is very emergent and you have to travel out of the country. You do not have to think twice on I-131 or sorry on H1-B before going out of the country. But on I-131 you might have to go back to your lawyer or your attorney, make sure everything is right before you travel. So it's up to you. It's a very personal decision, but generally I prefer to stay on H1-B. Now, let's say you are in a situation where your EAD and your let's say your H1-B is about to expire, your EAD comes in, then you don't have any choice and you'll have to switch to EAD and AP documentation. Now, one thing that we have also seen is EAD and APs don't come together. So generally, when you file I-765 and I-131, they should come as a combo card, which is called EAD AP card. But these days, USCIS is giving you I-765 or EAD authorizations or case approvals more before when compared to I-131. So for example, let's say I have a friend whose EAD was approved within, let's say, I think probably within 90 days, but I-131 was approved 60 days after the 765. So the reason behind that is, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your application. It just means that USCIS recognizes the fact that working for the employer that filed your green card and staying in the country lawfully is more important rather than traveling. So that's why EAD comes first and then AP comes. For some people, they might come in a combo card, which is easier because you can just show the same card for your work and same card when you're traveling in and out of the country. So this is what I wanted to discuss. So there are definitely pros and cons of each situation. If you're a person who has a clear roadmap in front of you and you know that you're not going to travel a lot in the future, or let's say in the coming year or so, and you know that in that time frame you'll have your green card, then it's always good to have your EAD and AP combo card. Switch to that because you can start your own business, you can switch jobs in the same. The other thing that's very important, let's say you are in a situation where your priority date has retrogressed. So for example, let's say you were in your priority date is October 2022. Well, in December or January visa bulletin, dates retrogressed a few months back. Now what will happen is uscis will not be able to give you a green card, but what they can do is they can give you the EAD and AP. In that case, again, if you have a valid extension H1-B for 2 or 3 years, then no problem. But if you think that your H1-B is going to expire and you don't want to be in the same job or in the same, you want a little bit more freedom work-wise, then using that EAD and AP would be a very good benefit. And I think with this, I wanted to close the video. And again, thank you so much for all the patience that you show and all the support that you show, all the warmth that you show. Please spread the word. Please spread more and more about the channel, more information about the channel, about the videos. And I hope that you're liking these videos. I am trying to bring all the content which I think is very important, and the questions have to be answered. You can go to web pages and search for those questions and answers, but sometimes it just becomes really difficult to find the right content and the right answer. So the whole idea is to bring that information right in front of you, so you can take that judgment and you can take that information and use it as you like. However, the disclaimer is always that do talk to your immigration attorney, because I am not an attorney. I am just speaking from my experience. So talk to your immigration attorney and see if they also think that what information I provide is right, and do what they suggest, because they know the ultimate game and the ultimate USCIS rules and stuff. But just a quick recap: H1Bs allow you to work in the country for a particular employer and let you in and out of the country. EADs are employment authorization documents. You can work for any employer, you can start your own business and do a lot more things. And with AP, you can travel in and out of the country if you switch to your EAD AP card. I generally prefer to be on H1B if you have valid extensions, or if you have some time on your H1B, because that will allow you to not think twice before traveling in and out. While on AP, there could be some problems. So make sure you talk to your attorney. But till then, have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you're enjoying the videos. Take care.